Y'all know the drill. Welcome to the Balking Dead, fellas, where there is no sleep for the fucking wicked. I'm Sharpie's Bets, and this show's still sponsored by Prize Picks. So go on over there, use promo code PUBSports, get your first match deposit up to $100. Match deposited to you. They will match 25 for 25, 100 to 100. So do what you can afford and use that fucking promo code PUBSports. Why? Because we fucking rock. And we keep giving you winners, guys. So let's just keep this fucking train going because we need to keep filling up our pockets with the monies. So let's get into the first game on the board today. We're going to talk about my Doyers and the Pirates. Speaking of them Dodgers, though. Speaking of them Dodgers. Last night, we had that K-prop, 5.5. Man, was that a fucking sweat, guys? And I don't like sweat, bro. Like, we had 5 strikeouts through the first 9 outs, and we were rolling. And then the guys started not striking out. He had 2 strikes so many times, and we got to the last out. We were at 94 pitches, and I'm like, dude, they're pulling him out. This is the last batter. Like, fuck, you got to do it now, bud. And he fucking did it for us. So let's fucking keep this shit going. And yeah, so throw your guys' freaking plays out there. Smash the like button. We got you guys in there. Mr. Heat, Nasty Nate, Raw Torque, my guy fucking Nilo, LJ from Houston, my guys. We're in here deep today, guys. So let's just keep making monies. Let's get into it. Julio Urias versus Jose Quintana. And we ain't talking Mortal Kombat, guys. Julio Urias is 2-1 with a 1.88 ERA in 5 games. He's allowed 2 earned runs his last 4 games in 22 innings of work. The Pirates' last 30 are walking 8.9% of the time, striking out 21.3% of the time with a 227 average, 642 OPS, and an isolated power of 120. We drop that down to 15 days, guys. They are walking 14% of the time, which is better. Every other category is worse. They're now 24.3 strikeout percentage, 156 batting average with a 538 OPS and an isolated power of 111. So definitely not looking good in every department other than the walks, guys. So his K-prop is 6+ at -121. On Prize Picks is at 5.5. The numbers say no by the walks percentage, guys, but the strikeouts percentages are there. And the batting average is down, and the OPS is down. Julio Urias can get 6 strikeouts in 6 innings, guys, and he should hit that 5.5, guys. I expect 6 solid innings from him today, at least, guys. He's got a quality start in 3 out of 4 out of 5 games this year, and this team right here is just not hitting lefties. They may not be striking out by the numbers, they may be walking, but they're not hitting, guys. So I expect a solid 6-7 innings from Urias, and that's why I'm going to be looking at his fantasy score over 35.5. Just in case those strikeouts aren't there, I know them innings are, I know the win is, and I know the freaking and I know the quality starts there. So I'm going to at least get 4 from a quality start, 6 from the win. I'm getting 10 points just from the Dodgers winning the game with him out there today. We'll get into why. Jose Quintana, guys, he's 0-1 with the 3.33 ERA. Not that bad, right? Yeah. He's given up 3 runs 2 times. Each game he's had 3 walks in those games. What do the Dodgers fucking do, guys? They walk, and they take their pitches, guys. So if Jose Quintana, who last year threw 70% balls and 30% strikes and didn't last in the major leagues because of that, if he does what he does already to this Dodger team, and he loads these bases up, They will crack him, guys. And is it in the first inning, third inning, fifth inning? I don't know. But I do know Urias will be on the other side when that happens, and he will get the win from that. So I'm looking at Quintana not to go much more than 5 innings if he can make it 5 innings, guys. Like, I don't expect him to. If he sees them the third time through, oh, fucking good night for him. So Dodgers over the last 30, they're walking 9% of the time, striking out 22% of the time. 237 average, 661 OPS, and an isolated power of 132 versus lefties. We're going to drop that down to the last 2 weeks. Dodgers are still walking 9%. They're now only striking out 20% of the time. They're batting 261 with a 756 OPS and an isolated power of 168. They got the Carlos Rodon for a few runs, and if it wasn't for it being Rodon, all these numbers would be even better than what they are, guys. Jose Quintana is not that guy, and his K prop is at 4 plus minus 209, 5 plus plus 127. He's not on Prize Picks, guys, and if he was, I'd look at his under. I don't expect him to be there long. The Pirates this year, their bugaboo has been the first and second inning. They have given up the most runs in baseball and are on pace for a league record in runs scored in the first and second inning that they give up. So their starting pitching has been really, really shaky at the beginning. So Pirates pin, they have a 4.29 ERA. They've saved 6 of 8 games this year and saved opportunities. But the Dodgers pin has been elite. They have a 2.42 ERA. They've saved 6 of 7 game opportunities. So I expect Urias' fantasy score at 35.5. That should be more towards the 40.5 that you have a lot of these aces at Prize Picks. So thank you for that. And I will be banging that on my plays today. No batters have success in 10 at-bats or more versus either of these pitchers. But Max Muncy has been cold as ice, guys. And this is when we get value on cold as ice type guys. He has 5 walks in the last 3 games. That means he's seeing the ball really, really well. The hits are going to come, and Jose Quintana hangs this guy a breaking ball. I expect Max Muncy to take him. So 2 plus bases is at plus 104. His home run prop is at plus 600. On the other hand, Brian Hayes, he's had better average in OPS versus left-handed pitching throughout his career in the big leagues, and he's batting 318 this year. His 2 plus bases is at plus 154, so definitely some value on the other end there. But I expect Urias to go 6-7 strong. Someone should get him for a home run or 2, and Brian Hayes may be that guy, guys. He swings with vicious power. He is a really good fucking hitter, and he likes himself some lefties. So Urias can't hang him a pitch because he will break you. Smash the goddamn like button, guys. We got 21 live, 12 likes. We need at least 22 likes for Clayton fucking Kershaw, the greatest pitcher to ever live. Well, let's get into 2 other good pitchers, guys. We got Brewers at the Reds. Brandon Woodruff versus Luis Castillo, guys. Woodruff's 3-1 with a 5.18 ERA in 5 games, coming off back-to-back bad starts and not bad starts. Last week was a good start, but they got to him in the 6th inning. And the Reds. Now he gets to come back-to-back versus the same Red team. Last year versus the Reds, he had a 1.08 ERA in 3 games. Like I said last week, he was fucking humming up until the 6th inning, and then they got to him. So Brandon Woodruff now gets the Reds, who over the fucking month, guys, we get it. The Reds suck dick, right? But they're also the most profitable team to the over. Shout out to my man Noli Knows for that. They're walking 7.9% of the time, striking out 25% of the time, 204 average, 617 OPS, and an isolated power of 135. Those are all bottom 10 categories over the last month, guys. But if we look at the last 15, these guys have turned it. They're all top 10 now, guys. They're walking 8% of the time. The strikeout percentages are high, 24.7 strikeout, 0.7. So that's still pretty much the same. Their league average about 225 average with a 683 OPS, and now they're at the isolated power of 159. So not top 10. They're about 15 to 10th now, guys. So, I mean, they've turned their batting around. They're starting to hit the ball. They are major league fucking hitters. Their problem has been their bullpen and their pitching. They suck dick for milk money, and they're lactose intolerant. So they pretty much just do it for free, guys. And When you're in the big leagues doing that for free, you're not going to be there for long. So they needed pitching, and they're going to get some today. Woodruff's K prop is at 8 plus at plus 125. It's at 7 on Prize Picks. That's a minus 137 on your push if you're looking for that. His fantasy score is 38.5. I don't hate anybody looking to run Woodruff for his K props. Me personally, I don't run guys back to back versus any team unless they've shown me otherwise. And I'm not looking at Woodruff. I think it's a little too high for his fantasy score personally, and I think them strikeouts he could end up with 6 or a straight 7. And not looking for a push today on Prize Picks. I'm looking to fucking win. Luis Castillo, guys. He's looked good coming out of AAA in his last 2 starts, but he was shaky in his first 2 starts. He should be good for about 90-plus pitches, going 76 the last time out, going 4.1 innings, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He was 0-3 last year in 6 games versus the Brewers with a 2.8 ERA, so pretty much no fucking run support, guys. But the guy in 6 games has a ace-type ERA. He was rocked the first few times. He was dominant the next few times. Luis Castillo is coming in hot right now in the minors. I don't like to jump on guys right on their first start, but Prize Picks not offering him, and we may dabble in his K prop a little bit today, guys. The only issue with why I can't bang on his K prop with a full bet is the 90-plus pitches. I need to know he's going a full start, guys. This is his first start in the big leagues off of only 4 minor league starts. 76 pitches last time out. 90 pitches is what I project. That's only 6 innings if you don't get into trouble. So, no. Yeah, that's 6 innings if you don't get into trouble. So, definitely doable for his K prop, which they have at 6 plus at minus 122. The numbers say yes, guys. The numbers say yes. Brewers over the last 30 days, they're walking 9% of the time, striking out 25% of the time. 235 average with a 723 OPS and an isolated power of 174. The numbers that say yes, though, are the next 15 days, the last 15 days. 8.4 walk percentage, which is league average. They're at a 26 strikeout percentage, which is top 5, guys. They are humming, though. 249 average with a 753 OPS and the second best isolated power of a 184, guys. So that's where the stay-offs then get to me, guys, is these guys are fucking humming and hitting. But then Noli goes, hey, Sharpie, it's all about what pitchers are what. And this guy's a goddamn strikeout pitcher, bud. And I was like, you're right. He goes, Charlie Morton just manhandled these guys. Castillo's going to manhandle them. And I tend to think so too, guys. I think Castillo's going to go out there and fucking hang with Woodruff, if not better. I wish they were giving me his fantasy score, because I expect him to hang, guys. And those six plus strikeouts is doable for a guy. He could get that in 4 innings. He's got nasty fucking movement, and they're walking middle of the league right now and striking out top 5. So yes, they can hit him, and they could probably get him for some freaking runs. But when you're running a strikeout prop, that don't mean a gosh damn thing. So yeah. Is it an under, Dolly? Where's the under? Shout out to my guys. Trey Day, my fucking guy. Lil C. Let's fucking go. LJ, what up, though? Everyone's saying, what up, the Big Show, the producer, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy you guys never see, but he's back there. He sees all. He knows. Brewers pin, guys, 308 ERA. They've saved 12 out of 17 games. Haters saved every game he's been put into. It's been the other games they've blown. Reds pin is atrocious with a 4.92 ERA, league worst. And they've saved 3 of 5 opportunities this year, guys. So pretty much after fucking Castillo, bro, what are you going to get? And the numbers say that they might get some runs off Castillo. So I don't know about that. What I do know is Colton Wong is batting .360 in 25 at-bats off Castillo. He's on a 5-game hit streak with 12 bases in those 5 games. His 2+ bases right now is at minus 109, and I will be on his Prize Picks over 6 fantasy score, guys. We're getting a guy who's seen this guy well and a guy who's coming into this guy seeing well. So give me some Colton Wong. Wong, don't make me Wong, make me white. So Let's fucking go, Colton Wong. Next game. It's a great game right here, guys. Man, I love baseball, guys. I see you, Danny Betts. Boss must be gone, so you here. Woo woo. Smash the fucking like if you haven't, guys. We got 25 watching, 22 likes, 22 for Clayton motherfucking Kershaw. Now let's get 42 for Jackie fucking Robinson, huh? Let's get them Jackie Robinson. Cubs at Padres, guys. Kyle Hendricks versus Mackenzie fucking Gore. Gotta be the first guy you heard talking about Mackenzie Gore, bro. I don't give a damn what anybody tries to say. I've been on the Mackenzie Gore train since the beginning of time. I was watching this guy up in Lake Elsinore 30 minutes from me at the San Diego Padres AAA affiliate in Lake Elsinore. So, Mackenzie Gore Day, baby. Kyle Hendricks is 1-3 with a 5.64 ERA in 6 games. He's definitely a fucking bum, guys. But this bum has been on at times. Like, he is the ace of the Chicago Cubs. Sad to say. Ace. Padres last 30 days are walking 11.3% of the time, striking out 22% of the time. 233 average with a 664 OPS and an isolated power of 119. Over the last 15, it's pretty much the damn same, guys. They're middle of the pack, guys. So I expect Kyle Hendricks today to go out there and do the damn thing, which is crazy and sad to say. But I expect him to go out there and go a good quality start. 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less, guys. That's a quality start in the big leagues. His K-prop is at 4+ minus 118. It's at 3.5 on Prize Picks. His fantasy score is 18.5. If he goes 5 innings, has 4 strikeouts, let's just say 3, and gives up 2 runs, he still hits this. Like 18.5 is too fucking low for Kyle Hendricks, guys. He'll be around 24, 25 when it's all said and done. His bullpen, pretty fucking good with a 3.53 ERA and a 7 out of 10 save percent chance. So if he hangs with Mackenzie Gore, there's a chance that he has a chance to win at the end. So the Padres aren't really hitting. And Kyle Hendricks can pitch, guys. He's not that great, but he can pitch, guys. If you're not going to fucking hit the ball, he's a crafty little sumbitch. So Mackenzie Gore, on the other end, he's 2-0 with a 1.71 ERA in 4 games. And like I said, we've been leading the Mackenzie Gore train since day one. As Noli would say, though, you only play who you play, guys. And the last 3 times that he's gone up against bottom feeder and lefties. So guess what he fucking gets again? Another bottom feeder versus lefties. Let's get into that, guys. Cubs the last 30 days, they're walking 7.4% of the time, striking out 22.4% of the time with a 234 average, 683 OPS, and an isolated power of 169. Those are good numbers over the last month. But let's break it down the last 15 days versus lefties. 5.8 walk percentage, guys. Atrocious. 22.8 strikeout percentage, good. 201 average, 591 OPS, and an isolated power 132. All major drop-offs from their last 15, their 30 to 15-day numbers, guys. So I'm going to take his K-prop at 5.5. Why? Because they're giving it to me at a minus 164 on the books. If you want Mackenzie Gore, 6+ strikeouts, it's minus 164. On Prize Picks, it's at 5.5. You're going to give me a strikeout prop for minus 164 versus a team that's walking 5% of the, so we'll say 6 because it's average it up. We'll average it. 6% of the fucking time versus lefties. And I've seen this guy pitch every fucking game in the big leagues. In 2 out of 4 games, he only had his fastball working. You pitched with your 86% fastball and gave up 2 runs or less. And the times where your breaking balls were working, you had 7 to 10 strikeouts. Also, if you look at his strikeout numbers, both teams where he had the strikeout 7 to 10 versus, yes, it was Cincinnati, but they were walking below league average. The other 2 teams that he didn't get the strikeout numbers were walking above league average. So we're looking at more than just one box score here, guys. They're not fucking hitting. They're not walking. And you know what? If you're not hitting and you're not walking, this guy can go 6-7 innings. And the strikeouts will be there just in the innings. Or if you do get to him, he'll have 7 and 5 just from the fact that you guys are not walking. We seen last night what Walker Buehler did to him, guys, from the right-handed side. Their numbers are a little worse from the left-handed side. Their strikeout numbers aren't, but their walk numbers are. So we're just going to keep riding against them. His fantasy score 30.5, way too fucking low. To me, that is the spot 2 to play. I will have those on both tickets, more on the fantasy. Yes, there's value in that 5.5 juice at minus 164 on Prize Picks, but I expect a quality start from this guy. So even if the strikeouts aren't there and the quality start is, and Rogers hasn't pitched in the last 3 games, the back end of that bullpen's ready to go if he has the lead, that win is legitimately there for me. So at 30.5, this is way too low for a guy I got going 6 innings. So definitely will be on Mackenzie Gore's strikeout prop and his fantasy score today. Yes, and thank you. Padres bullpen is weak, has a 4.34 ERA, but they've saved 11 out of 15 games, and Rogers has saved every game he's been in this year with an ERA of a fucking donut hole. 0. Okay? This guy's a fucking beast. He's gave up 4 hits and 11.2 innings of work. Rogers is the second best closer in baseball to Hader. Let's get into this last game out, guys. Shout out to the chat. Smash the like if you haven't. 30 live, 28 fucking likes. Let's get 42. Let's get Jackie Robinson. Let's do it for the moms out there, guys. Hey, and if it ain't for the moms, do it for fucking me. This is my birthday tomorrow. So let's just keep this train going. Last game, guys. How could we not talk about my favorite pitcher on the left-handed side in baseball, not named Clayton fucking Kershaw? Austin Gomer versus Carlos Rodon. Gomer is 2-2 with a 3.5 ERA in 5 games this year. He has had 3 solid games this year. 2 were versus league worst teams versus left-handed pitchers. His splits last year were great at home, bad on the road. They have flipped this year to bad at home, good on the road. You can't really take in his splits because of Colorado, bro. Colorado sucks dick. He does have a 2.7 ERA this year on the road. Okay, good for you. Last year versus the Giants, he was 0-3 with a 12.3 ERA in 3 games, all in San Francisco. He did have 1 quality start in those 3. The Giants this year, over the last 30 days, are walking 9.3% of the time versus lefties, 22% strikeout, 212 average, 658 OPS, and an isolated power of 150. Pretty much not that good, right? Let's get into the last 15 days. They're walking 12.3% of the time, only striking out 15.3% of the time, 262 average, 837 OPS with an isolated power of 204, bro. Mike fucking drop. These guys are fucking crushing lefties. They have a really good fucking history of crushing this lefty. And they've got one of their best pitchers on the mound today, bro. And what do you do when your best pitcher's on the mound? You go out there and fucking rake for him. So, I think it's going to be a long day, guys, for Austin Gomer. They got his K prop at 5+ at minus 213, 6+ at plus 118. They're giving it to you at 4.5 on Prize Picks. That's a minus 213 value. So 4.5 on the books is 213. I'm not going to bet it. Personally, they're walking league best, striking out league worst. The numbers say fuck no, bro. So they're giving you that as a fucking bait. I don't hate you if you're a juice tailor. You're just not catching me with that one, Prize Picks. Not today. His fantasy score is 26.5 and his pitching outs is 17.5. What? 17.5 means you think he goes 6 innings? That I don't think he does, guys. So if any and all of this shit that they're giving you on Prize Picks, I'd be looking at his pitching outs under 17.5. The way they're hitting right now is just absurd from the left-handed sside. And Gomer isn't nothing special to me. So watch him just go shut me up today. Carlos Rodon, on the other hand, 3-1 with a 1.55 ERA in 5 games. Coming off a quality start versus the Dodgers, who are just not swinging out the zone. The Dodgers really did have a good game plan versus him last week, and good for them. Good for them. Now he gets the Rockies, guys, who they're over the last month walking 6.6% of the time, striking out 17.2 with a 311 average, 821 OPS, and an isolated power of 140. Their last 15, 5.3 walk percentage, garbage. 15.8 strikeout percentage, really fucking good. a 336 average, 878 OPS, and an isolated power of 168. So they're fucking hitting the ball from the left-handed side, guys, and they're fucking been hitting lefties all year, and they're hitting them the last 15 days. Granted, they've only seen 2 lefties the last 15 days. Take that into mind. Excuse me. And those lefties weren't Carlos Rodon. They have his fantasy score at 40.5. I'm not looking at that. They had a strikeout prop at 7.5 on Price Picks last night. They had it at 7 this morning. They have now dropped it to 6.5. I go through Carlos Rodon over the last 2 years until he hit his innings limit last year. He's had 7 strikeouts 20 out of 24 times. 20 out of 24 times he's had. I don't give a fuck about these fucking Rockies hitting the ball right now. They're walking 5.3% of the time. And if you're not going to fucking walk versus Carlos Rodon, he could fucking be at 9-10 strikeouts tonight. So Carlos Rodon over 6.5 strikeouts will be on the Price Picks today, guys. And it's not a crazy money bet. It's only at minus 126 on the books. So definitely some juice value on Price Picks. Rockies pin has a 4.89 ERA, guys. Trash, but they have saved 10 out of 13 games. Giants pin has a 3.47 ERA, and they've saved 7 out of 9 games. So I expect Carlos Rodon to give up some runs today. Yes, I do actually think he gets hit for a couple runs today, but I also think he gets them strikeouts today. So Rodon's fantasy score to me at 40.5. I think he's in line for the win. So quality start. I expect a quality start, but like you can give up 3 runs in a quality start. So that's okay. But the strikeouts should be there, even though the numbers say no. That's okay. That's why it ain't a dirty K. If the numbers said yes, I'd say yes. This is me on Carlos Rodon looking at these guys not walking. So, and he's hit this 20 out of 24 times. So definitely we'll be looking at it. But no one has more than 10 at-bats versus either pitcher. I don't hate stacking either side, though, in DraftKings or running hitter props. I know I'm looking at Carlos Rodon strikeout props, but the numbers do say that he gets hit today, guys. So numbers don't mean everything. Both these numbers say both these pitchers get hit today. Watch them go fucking throw a gym. You know, at the end of the day, it's baseball. And when you got a stud on the other side, that pitcher can start to match, bro. He's going to show up today. He is going to try to match Carlos Rodon pitch for pitch. I just got to look at what these Giants have done to him historically and what they're doing to lefties the last 2 weeks. Yeah, Carlos Rodon, baby. So let's talk about these 4 props one last quick time. Let y'all know what I'm on. Smash the fucking like if you haven't. We are on Carlos Rodon over 6.5 strikeouts. He's hit that 20 out of 24 games. The last 2 years, he's had 7 strikeouts or more. Going versus a team only walking 5.3% of the time. Then, we're going to take Julio Urias' fantasy score. Definitely think he goes 6+ innings and is in line for the win. That means that's an extra 10 points. 6 innings right there is 18. We're at 28 points before we talk about strikeouts. So, yeah, definitely think his fantasy score is way too low than where it should be. On the other hand, we're going to look at Mackenzie Gore's strikeout props, but I don't hate you if you want to look at the fantasy score. I will be running both. His strikeout prop is at 5.5 on Price Picks. Guys, that's stupid. 5.5 on Price Picks on the books is minus 163. We're always into looking at juice and the value, but like I said, they're not hitting the ball either right now, so I expect him to go 6 innings and a quality start with those strikeouts and shatter that. So I definitely want to be on the one where he has way more chance to shatter than the strikeouts. The strikeout props, he could get the 6-7, but I expect him to have 40+ fantasy score. So definitely more value to me in the fantasy score, but the juice says the strikeout props. So don't hate anybody looking at either fucking way. So the last one was Colton Wong, guys. He's fucking on a 5-game hit streak with 12 bases in those 5 games, and he's batting .368 and 25 at-bats versus Mr. Castillo. So Why not just ride a guy who's hot with good numbers, guys? At the end of the day, he sees him well. So Colton Wong for the win, guys. And smash the fucking like, hit the fucking retweet, guys. And if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks, use promo code PubSports, get your first deposit up to $100. The match deposited right back to you. So 25 for 25, 100 for 100. Let's keep this train rolling, guys. Tag me in your tweets. Tag me in your plays. Let's fucking cash these things together. Let's smack Prize Picks together, guys. Use the fucking hashtag WeBePubbin. Let's make that shit go viral. Let's keep this train going and have a blessed motherfucking day.